Hey everyone, I'm Armor Gaming. Welcome back to my channel and welcome to a video that's going to help you on the 72-hour challenge event. The purpose of this video will be to teach you guys how to use an Excel sheet that will help you figure out how many challenge coins you can get from doing a specific task. Now, if you don't understand how the 72-hour challenge event works, I highly recommend watching this video. Yes, it's a video on a previous 72-hour challenge event, but everything is essentially the same. You still get coins by collecting gold, harvesting food, winning PvP matches, and by breeding monsters. So before diving into this video, I highly recommend watching this tutorial video where I give a thorough explanation of how the 72-hour event actually works. But anyways, assuming you've watched that, let's get straight into this video. And I have to start off by saying that I did not create this Excel sheet. In fact, Esca Lator actually sent me a message on my Facebook and sent me this file, and they actually wanted me to share it with the community. So huge thanks to Esca Lator for making this Excel sheet and for allowing me to share it with the community. Now anyways, on the left hand side, what you see, this is just a generic information that you would find on Monster Wiki. It's the coins earning exchange rate. And this basically means if you're level 10, for example, and you collect 95 gold, you would get 1 coin. Or if you harvest for food, you would get 1 coin, or for every PvP win you would get 173 coins, okay? And the same can be said for breeding points examples. So I'm just gonna zoom in to what's more important. Now I know at first sight, looking at this, it may look really intimidating. What's with all these numbers? What's all of this information? I don't know what I'm doing. But this is actually a really simple Excel file to use. And actually right here are the instructions where it says type in, and then you have 1, 2, 3, 4 color coded. And really important, do not change any of the formulas. I'm going to change all of these to 0 and then I'll explain what they all do. And as you can see, when I change one number, everything changes. Well, that is to say everything changed except for this section right here. And that's because this section is actually equivalent to the monsters. So right here it says epic. I'm going to replace that with Punchie. And then I'm going to replace the bottom one with Atlas. And I'm going to replace the last one with Frostbite. So those are the monsters' names, and this is how much they cost. So for example, if you want to get Punchie and you got him at the very last card, he would cost 8,210 coins. And Frostbite, he would cost 22,240 coins. And over here on this section, it says required coins. And that's how many coins you need in order to be able to get that monster. Now you might be wondering why they're negative monsters. That goes back to this section up here. That's because I don't have any coins so far. So the way the section up here works, if you recall, there's 4 different ways to get coins. One is by collecting gold, one is by harvesting food, the other is breedable points by breeding monsters, and the last is player versus player wins. So let's start things off with gold. What you're supposed to type in this yellow cell is the amount of gold you expect to get within those 72 hours, which is going to differ on a player by player basis. So for example, let's say that you calculate that every day you can get 30 million, right? In that case, in 72 hours, you would get 30 million times 3. You can expect to get 90 million gold during the whole 72-hour event. So you type in 90 million into this number. So that's 90,000,000. That's 90 million. And then you press enter, and as you can see, all these numbers magically appeared. And then this is where these next categories come into play. The only category you need to look at is whatever level you're in. For example, if you are level 86, you would only look in the 80 to 89 section. If you're level 10, you would look in the 10 to 19 section. And what this is saying is that, let's say you were level 14, you would fall into the 10 to 19 section. If you were to generate 90 million gold in those 72 hours, this number right here represents how many challenge coins you would get. You would get close to 1 million. And then, looking down, in order to get Punchie, you could easily buy him, you could easily buy Atlas, you could easily buy Frostbite. But no level 14 player is going to be generating that much gold. So let's go somewhere over here. Let's go to I'm level 86. I would look down here. If in those 72 hours I was able to get 90 million gold from my habitats, that's equivalent to 1,958 coins. Which, moving down, Punchie, if I was going after Punchie, I would still need 6,000 coins left. If I wanted Atlas, I would still need 17,000, and if I wanted Frostbite, I would still need over 20,000 coins. So that's how that works. So you can punch in whatever number you expect to get. So now let's say I could expect to get 200 million over the course of those 72 hours. Let me make sure that's 200 million. I press enter, and you see the numbers magically changed again. Now since I'm level 86, if I was to make 200 million off my habitats just collecting pure gold, I would get 4,000 coins. And then it automatically subtracts it, so I know how much more coins I would need to get a specific monster. So if I wanted Frostbite, I'd still need 17k more coins. So that's all you have to do. And the same is for breeding points. If you can expect, let's just say you think you can get 10,000 breeding points. Of course, this varies player by player. It depends who you're breeding. It depends on so many factors. I press enter, and that tells me how many coins I can expect and the same for PvP fights. Let's say you think you're going to be pretty busy and you're not going to be able to do PvP, and at most you think you can win maybe 12, type in 12, you press enter, and it tells you how many coins you get depending on what level you are. So again, for example me, I'm level 86, I look at this category, on PvP fights alone I can expect to get 830 coins, which means if this is what I thought I was capable of, 200 million in gold, 10,000 breeding points, and 12 PvP wins, I can expect to get 5,256 coins. And clearly that's not enough to get Frostbite, who is the monster I really want. So now we look at this red cell right here. I'm supposed to type in required coins. So I look back to my level, I'm level 86, so I scroll down here. This is how many coins I need. So I type that number in here. It's 16,480. And I press enter. And it automatically calculates how much food I would need to grow in order to get 16,000 coins. So again, I'm level 86, I scroll down, I need to plant 45,781,440 food in order to be able to get those 16,000 coins. So then I look down and this actually tells me how much gold I would need to spend on just food alone in order to be able to produce that much food. So I would need to spend 2.3 billion almost in order to get that much food. Now that's assuming I didn't have my food guardian to give me a boost. Fortunately for me, my food guardian actually gives me a 75% boost. So I look down at the 75% and I go over here and it turns out I only need 1.3 billion, which is a lot better. So that's what you do to calculate. So just suppose, for example, you didn't care about gold, you didn't care about breeding points, you didn't care about PvP, and you left that all zeros. You can do that. For required points, you can put the cost of the monster you want. So if I want Frostbite, that's 22,240. I press enter and then I go over to my level. Again, I'm level 86. I scroll down. I would need to plant 61.7 million food in order to get Frostbite just by planting food alone. And if I didn't have a food guardian, that's the equivalent to 3 billion. So yeah, this Excel sheet is super amazing. It's super easy to use. I highly recommend everyone download it. There's a link in the description. Make sure you thank Esca Lator for this Excel sheet and really use this in future 72-hour events. It's going to be super useful to figure out who you can get and what it's going to take to actually get any monster. So I really hope this tutorial was helpful and I really hope everyone can get whatever monster they want. Good luck to everyone. Remember to dream big and pursue your passions.